Hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome to Rangers Radio.
Hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the show this evening is the one and only Albert. My big mucker, Southside. Evening, boys.
Evening, mate. How are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good, mate.
What about my walking partner? Is he good or not?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. He might have been interrupted, or is he the better off on his bin, dog? Me and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good to be on. Southside.
Good to be on with my good friend Albert and your good self.
Yes,
and good evening to everyone listening in this evening.
Right, we'll start with a high of the weekend. Albert, he nearly done it, didn't he? He nearly done it.
Oh, aye. Oh, that definitely was the crossbar, mate. That was the underside of the crossbar as well.
Aye.
That was hard luck.
For big money, he nearly done it. Ultimately, he failed miserably, but he nearly done it. Southside, right to the plate.
Aye, nearly lasted to the end. But no.
Since you said that, brother.
I was thinking about that actually. Peaked too early. But no, listen, it was one of the games. I'd sort of seen commentary in it and that. It's always hard going for a draw. Did think, I said to you before, didn't I? I did fancy maybe Fulham, but went for the draw and it is what it is. So we're always on to, well, maybe next week, get a break now for a couple of weeks, so you'll be able to save us a couple of shekels.
Get some Christmas presents. Unlucky. Right, okay. Right, we need to talk about yesterday. I've said my piece. We'll start with Albert. Albert, floor's yours. Yesterday's game.
It was crap. There's not much else to say. It was just crap, mate. 3 points, 5. I gave a score of 5. And it was turgid, usual, slow, horrible. First 10 minutes, excellent. Thought, oh, here we go. We're going to run over the top of the day. And then it just slowed down and it went to a crawl. And then we just limped about the park for whatever reason, best known to themselves. But it was terrible, mate. It was a terrible watch.
Did you see change when we got the goal, mate?
Well, I think it did change. I don't know if the goal made it change, but it did change. They just all the intensity on the play just went out, just disappeared. But I agree. I said at the game, and Clement came out with it later on about sloppy. Talk about sloppy, mate. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable bad passing. Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason for these bad passes. I just don't understand what's happening.
Was that summed up yesterday? Sorry, mate. Was that summed up yesterday with the slack pass by Suter?
Aye, well, that's just a nervous pass. He's always at that game. Tavernier's the same. See these wee short passes, especially in a danger. They always bottle it, mate. They always underhit it and panic out it. So that's no confidence in your own ability, mate. That's all that is. But it's a nervous pass, and he nearly came a cropper with it. But apart from that, I thought Suter had not a bad game.
I'm just saying that pass summed it up, man.
Aye, it did, mate. So I mean, Diamondi was dreadful, mate. Absolutely dreadful. I don't understand. The boy's got talent, but he's just stupid, mate. He's a stupid football player. He does stupid things. He turns into tackles. He's the only player I know that can win a tackle and lose a tackle on the one tackle. It's incredible, mate.
Explain that one to me, mate. You've lost me there.
He slides in, he wins the ball, he slides by the ball when he's won the ball, and then tries to go up and hit it back, and then gives it right straight back to the player he won the ball off of. You're saying, what are you doing? So, and he persistently wins. Well, him and Barron won, both of them get after 2 or 3 of their players, and it's about a scrap. Barron wins the ball, gives it to him within the scrap. He hits it out the scrap, goes after it, and then turns and goes straight back into the scrap again. You're like, what are you doing? Why not just running away with the ball? Why you go to turn back? He's got this thing. We bit like Kamara. Remember, Kamara used to do that thing. He's done his wee trick when there was no need to do your wee trick. He's got that in his game. He's got this wee turn that he likes to do, and he tries to do it all the time. And even when there's no need to do it, he's a pod. He's got talent, but there's no doubt about that. But he's a potty player, man. In my view, it really is. There's some crazy things.
And what did you score yesterday's performance? Did you say a 5?
5, mate. 5 for the victory. That's all you can get, mate.
All right. And who did you score individually, all right, mate, before we bring in Southside?
Suter done okay apart from that. Raskin, all right, was good. Wee Barn for a while was good. The two, Jerry, what do you call him?
Jeffy and
Cherny, Jeffy, and Berjami were all reasonable, mate. No brilliant, no really good, just reasonable. And that's about it, man. It was and Diamondi was just terrible. How he stayed on for 90 minutes, I will never know. Never ever know. When he's making his subs, I thought, oh, he's definitely getting off. There's no way he's staying on. And there you are, stays on for the full 90 minutes. But again, he go to the right because he gets the 3 points. And you say what you want about, oh, he's lucky, he's this, he's that, whatever. You still get the 3 points, mate. I know that's no a reason to be joyous completely, but it is a reason to celebrate because you get the 3 points, and that's the name of the game.
Okay, mate. Southside.
I know the game was poor. It sounds like we didn't really do a lot in the first half after we scored, but we created some chances in the first half. Dessler's got a chance to go through. He sort of chopped inside shot, got blocked, and then he attempted a chip towards the goal. I think I can remember Cherny getting a chance going down the right hand side where Gordon made a save. He managed to make a goal and make a save, but he parried it out. And Bezrami was unlucky for the edge of the box. During the game in the first half, it flashed just wide by the post. So as much as we weren't really at it, we were saying after the goal, we had chances and wee bit more composed or a better finish. It was a decent move and Benzami was unlucky. He just sort of put it by the post in the first half. So we had at least two good chances. Thought Cherny and Bezrami's ones were better than Dessers' chance. So I thought in the first half we did have chances to extend our lead.
I mean, opportunities, mate. Opportunities. You know, there was no real sitters in there. The two white men have got something about them, Southside. They've definitely got something about them. They can make things happen.
Football players.
Aye, when they get it right, they look really good. And obviously, if you're trying that hard pass or the impossible pass to maybe make a goal sometimes, and you get it right, you're the hero. If you don't get it right, you're the villain, Southside.
Aye, they're two wide players at the moment, and they're meant to creating at the moment. Cherny has been creating and scoring. He's got a few assists and goals lately. He's got a football brain. You can see a pass or where he thinks the player should run into. He's got a good way to pass. Bezrami yesterday, he's got that type as well. He's a clever player. I think we'll get more out of him once he's maybe more central. I think he'll be able to go. He's too fitted, so he'll be able to go left or right for the edge of the box. I think you'll find he'll shoot a lot more for outside the box when we get him into that type of position. But at the moment, he's having to do a job on the left because we don't have anybody else to go in and fill that left where it can come inside and shoot with his right foot or create, play 1-2s. So, the two of my football players, that's the way I see it. But I think Bezrami at the moment is just getting played out of position, but he's played there for the national team and all at times, so it's no unusual to him.
I'd be interested to see how he gets on if he gets a run at number 10. What's your thoughts, Albert? Would you think you see him playing in that position, or do you still see him as a wider left player?
No, I see him in the 10. I definitely see him in the 10. But I think everybody needs to settle down and not expect Messi-type performances out the guy. I think he'll do a good job in there, and I think he'll do a better job than Diamondi can do. Whether he can get about the park as much as Diamondi, I know he didn't get about the park that much yesterday because they all looked tired yesterday, but I think he'll do a better footballing job. He's got a better football brain than Diamondi. There's no doubt about that. And he's got more mobility than Lawrence. So I think he'll do a good job, mate. Definitely.
Interesting, mate. It'll be interesting. You don't know what you see somebody there week in, week out, yeah?
That's it, aye. You test and try before you buy, as they say, but aye. We wait and see.
And also be interesting. You think Cortez is the man that's going to come in there and fit outside it?
Well, I hope in time. Obviously, I don't know what this injury is, but I had high hopes for him that once he'd come back the last time before he got injured in training, that we would probably see the best of him going forward. I think he's got pace, he's got trickery, he's not scared to take the defender on. He had the eye for goal, he managed to notch a couple, he assisted with one or two, I think, if you look at his stats when he first sort of came in and out the team twice with injury. And I think if he could stay injury free, get himself up to fitness, I think it'll be a great addition to our squad. So I'm looking forward to seeing him come back. But Diamondi, listen, he didn't have a great game yesterday at times, but he's a good football player. You can see
he was playing Southside.
He was playing wide left and number 8. Barron played 8 and Raskin played a 6, and you could easily see that was a setup when you watched the game.
What was happening in his out of possession? He was there because you see him beside Bajami, between Bajami and Jeffy. And then as soon as he went into possession, he went right in front of Raskin, and sometimes if Barron was getting drawn in. That's a great line up in the midfield, mate.
The thing is, we played, you could see when we were looking to shape up on the ball, it was definitely Raskin played just a wee bit deeper than they two. But when Hearts were taking by kicks and no playing it short, we were lined up as a 4-1-4-1. You could easily see that, the way we set up. Diamandi was playing slightly left on the left of the midfield. It was more or less a 4-3-3 at a point at times, really. But if you want, it's more like a 4-3-3 where Raskin played in the middle. But Diamondi's job in is to get on the ball and then carry it. And once he's carrying it, he needs runners. You need to have runners going running, or Dessers needs to come and show down the channel or make a run that he can go and fire that bottom. So he's making a run up the park with the ball. He might be coming across, but then he's looking for runners because technically he's only going to have one. It's going to be Conor Barron if he gets himself up. But if Barjami was marked on the left, he needs other runners to come and help him. And sometimes I agree with Albert, he'll turn and he'll twist, he might run into trouble. But you need to have runners ahead of him. When he lifts his head up, there's nobody running at times. But I agree, he needs to be better on the ball, a lot better on the ball. But he is a good player, and I think he'll come good. But that's what he was playing yesterday. He was playing left as an 8, Barron was playing right as an 8, and Raskin was in the middle. But technically, it was like a 4-3-3, to be honest.
I think he was playing there, but ended up as the first half and a half. He moved away from there, mate. Yeah. When we out of possession, and then we end up with that, as I said, that straight line.
Oh, he did push in because he got a shot at the edge of the box. It just went by the post. So obviously he went into the middle to link the play, whoever that move was unfolding. He's obviously got to, him and Conor Barron were obviously instructed to try and get up the park as much as possible. So he got himself centrally. I mean, the ball got laid back, he had a shot, it just went by the post. Should have done better, hit the target at least.
Aye, listen, for all we're saying, it wasn't the greatest performance yesterday, but it was a great goal, wasn't it?
It was a good goal, good team goal, mate. Excellent to watch. That's about the only part of football we played. But it was, aye. So we get the goal, and your man gets the goal, and all of a sudden he's a great player again. He's, I don't understand it, mate. But
somebody sent me a stat, Albert, and I don't know if you've seen it, and it's been on social media, and I know you're talking about sending this forward. 70 minutes he played, 17 touches, of which one was a goal. Danilo was on for 12 minutes and 10 touches.
He's not involved in games. It's as simple as that. I'll say it again. I'll keep on saying it. And I'm not changing my mind on it, because at the end of the day, we've watched him for enough times to know that he's just a bad player, mate. He's not got the brains to play up there. He's not got the ability to play up there. But he does get goals.
3-3, mate. 3-3.
That's it.
Mental, isn't it?
It's there to be seen, mate. But overall, he doesn't make the team stronger. He really doesn't. And you're talking about midfield players to get forward and runners. That's what Southside was saying there. We get runners, and he's right. But you can't get runners when your centre forward's not even in the game. He's not even making a run or even coming short and holding the ball to bring runners into the game. He does absolutely none of that work. But he does this endless. I wouldn't say it's running. I would just say it's jogging. He does this endless jogging back and forward across the park, and he never ever gets to a player to make a tackle, a block, or anything. He just keeps running at the same pace. He's a plodder, mate, and he just does the arm. Look at him going. He's affecting nothing in the game. Yeah, he scores the goal. By the way, I think the ball was going in the net anyway. But okay, put it in the net. As a centre forward does. But dreadful player, absolute dreadful player.
Case for the defence south side before we get the phone lines open.
Apart from Tierney, with assists, he's up there with Tav and Diamondi, who's been slaughtered. So Diamondi, Dessers and Tav have got 4 assists, and Dessers has got 10 goals. But we know what he lacks. We know what's wrong with him. But he turns up, he's fit, he makes himself available, and he's got 3 in the last 3 games. And sometimes people say he doesn't score important goals. I've heard that mentioned before. Doesn't score important goals in big games. Well, yesterday was a big game. He gets us a goal, and he also got us back in the semi-final with a goal. And he also scores in Europe on Thursday night. Another big goal, Albert?
Do you like him, then?
No, I don't. But he scores some big goals sometimes in big games, didn't you?
He's a big clown. That's what he is. I know that's what he is.
But does he score? Albert, does he score sometimes goals in big games?
If you let me finish my sentence, I was going to get to I scored big goals. He's a big clown that scores big goals sometimes. I'll give you that. But he's more consistent than just being a big clown.
Did you hear the way he said no there? No.
I was only repeating a phrase I've heard before, Ox, you know that.
He's and it makes a difference. Tav was Tav yesterday. I mean, pointless talking about it. He shouldn't have been starting. That's just my opinion. It just shouldn't have been starting. You've got we're supposed to be building this team. You've got to bring Tav out the team and put Sterling at right back. That's just the way it's got to be. Oh no, Sterling's got to go at right back. That's what he's there. He's 25 now. He's got to be in the team. We've got to sell players on, and the trading model's go to work. You may as well start with Sterling. He's the one we're going to get money for. Casemiro's no our player. He's in loan, so he starts at right back. That's your first team starter at right back. Casemiro come on and cover. Take him out in league games or European, whatever. But you can rest the right back, and the right back in a team, the right back position is the only part of our team that actually functions right, mate. With the amount of players we've got for it, that actually is the right way to do it. So if you're playing 60 games, as I said to you before, I'm playing 60 games a season. Casemiro and Sterling play 30 each. There you are. That's that rotating, and none of them are getting burnt out. None of them are getting into this so-called mythical red zone. They two, so that part of the team, if we just put them in there, that works right. Now we can concentrate on other parts of the team. Instead of that, we're taking them out. We're playing Tav, and then we're using they two everywhere but right back position. Now they're starting to take Tav off and bring somebody on for 20 minutes, half an hour. Sterling was man of the match until he took off during the week then. Casemiro was man of the match at left back against Malmo. You know Malmo? Is it Malmo?
Aye, Malmo.
Malmo. And he doesn't get playing either. It's madness, mate. This has got to stop. We're either building a team or we're no building a team. The positions we've got covered properly need to be left alone, and it's other parts of the team. You've got big Dessers up there, and the only reason he's playing, let's be honest about it, is because we've nobody fit enough to. I'm always going to say better, but we've nobody fit enough to play up there at the moment. That's all. And Igaman's just no experienced enough. But again, Danilo's now fit and ready to play. Why is he not starting yesterday? Why is he not on? Why is he not getting more time? Even if you don't want to start him, why is he not getting a half? Why will he staying with Dessers up there for a full 80 minutes? Whatever he got, was it 8 minutes? Mental, mate. That's just mental stuff now. He needs to start building his team properly and developing. Igaman's need to get more time as well. He's not going to develop sitting in a bunch. He's just no. And it's pointless. It's just pointless, mate.
Right, okay, there's a lot in there, Albert, but I'll tell you what, we'll come back to it, but we'll get the phone lines open to see what people think, yeah?
Yep, go for it, mate.
All right, we're at Southside. Are you going to say
Oh,
that?
aye. No. I'm sure there'll be
No.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of people not happy, I would imagine that. So if you get any feelings on it, then might as well come in and batter in.
No oyster to hurt anybody's feelings, is it?
No. But he's wanted to take Dessers after a top goal scorer yesterday. The guy's netted a goal. Tav shouldn't have started, but he assisted. Oh, what's going on tonight, man? What's going on?
I know.
Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Right, listen, I get it. I don't think Tav should have started. I wasn't surprised, and I think I'd said on Friday night I thought he would start. Bizarre as it seems, but what you seen yesterday is, look, Tav, the first half was okay without being outstanding. And then we got to run about 60 minutes, and he made one misplaced pass. The air went out the balloon, and he was gone, mate. And that's the classic, is the term we use, your legs have gone all bare, isn't it? It just happened. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just,
No.
He's hit a brick wall, and it's like watching a fighter who's come back for that one extra fight, innit?
It's painful to watch, to be honest with you, mate. It is painful to watch. It's not right. He's just gone, as you say, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's different if it's something that the coaching staff or something, the support or something he can do. There's nothing you can do. You're gone, and it ain't coming back. And all this carry on about, we need to keep him in the team because he's the captain. It's nonsense, mate. It's absolute nonsense. He needs to come out the team for his own good, to protect his own legacy and for the good of the team. And more importantly, it's the good of the team. And you need to put Stirling in there. He needs to go in there, mate. These are the players that will go to get the trading model going. These are the players we need to bring money into the club so we get better players for other positions, and so we keep on developing. But you can't do that. Nobody's going to spend money on these players if you never play them and don't put them on the park. They've got to be on the park now. Sorry, mate, but it's just a fact of life, and I don't see any reason for Tavernier to play. I just don't.
Can I simplify that, mate?
Yep.
If you're picking your best 11 players, he's not in it at this moment in time, and I don't think he will get in it.
No, I agree with you, mate. It's a shame, but that's a fact.
You know, John Gregg turns up at Ibrox every second week, but he doesn't get a game, does he?
True. And sometimes I wish we could get a game, but anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Southside, I think you agreed with me. You were surprised that he started, but he wouldn't have been in your team.
No, he wouldn't have been. I've said for long enough in here, Stirling should go to right back. Let's see him play a run of games. But he has to stay fit. And the manager alluded that he had a problem, and they've finally got to the root of the problem. So he's obviously had problems with his fitness, hence the fact he's had limited game time, maybe even started on the bench yesterday. But I think that was due to the fact he had probably thought in his head that he would be starting with putting Sterling into midfield probably for the start. I think they'll need to get one of my midfielders off in time and give them a rest. So that might have been in his thinking, and that's why Sterling was on the bench. Listen, Tav will probably play some odd games going forward when we've got this run of schedule of games. Sterling will not play every single game going forward. It'll need to be rotated, whether that is Casemiro or whether Tav will come in for the odd league game, depending on who the fixture is. And if it's at Ibrox, you might think, well, no be an issue to play him. But he's not influencing games anymore. Yesterday, did he go up when he put the shot in that Dessers scores?
He was all right in the first half.
He was all right until he put the ball at the park just before the subs. It was a simple pass, and he put it at the park. And for whatever reason, he had a mad 5 to 7 minute spell maybe up to 10 minutes where he got on the ball and everything he done was wrong. And people around about us were like, what's happened to him there? He's just like fell off a cliff, and then seen the 2 subs coming and he was off. But if he's no influencing games like he used to, he would lead by example, because you wouldn't be the shouting ball or going off his head at players. He would be the guy that would get up the park and stick the ball in the net where he would be scoring or assisting. And that's not happening either. So he gets more looked on what's he doing defence-wise. And average players with speed now are running by him. And that's the issue. So we should start with Sterling going forward at right back. But he has to stay fit and prove that he's playing well in that position. Because he needs to find a position, and it should be right back for him. That's what he is. That's what we're bolting for. He's been a utility player, but now it's time to put him in his true position.
Can I ask you 2 gentlemen a question? Simple question, yeah?
Go for it.
Yeah. Right, so, look, in a dressing room, it's a unique brand of a professional football dressing room. You're trying to egos, morale, try to carrot and stick, depending on the personalities. But people know that somebody's not playing well, and they're getting in the team at any level of football. Any level of football. And then the other guys coming in, they're okay, and then they'll get the start. It always affects the apple cart, doesn't it? Don't know what you think, Albert.
Normally, aye. But I think our dressing room's just too nice. They're all nice guys. They're all going well. Nobody wants to upset the apple cart.
I think Big Sterling would, mate. In a minute.
I think so. And I think Big Casemiro might be the same. Balogun would be, but he's too old now, and you can see it. He's trying to be a pacifier, with him be a peacemaker and shield a lot of things. But it's time for the younger boys to stand up and be counted now in that dressing room and let their voices be heard, and then go out in the park and prove it on the park. It's on the park, it's everything, mate. Shouting and bawling in dressing rooms, in training grounds is all one thing, and in meetings is all one thing. But the talking and the shouting should be done on the park. Results, that's what counts. And we got the result in Sunday, so we can't really complain. Complain about, it wasn't look good, it wasn't very good. Aye, we could deal with that. But the actual fact of the matter is the team played bad and won 3 points. That's championship winning team, a day that. And I still think we could win the league. I know it sounds potty. I know nobody agrees with me, but I still think. But that's what wins leagues. Play bad and get 3 points. We played bad on Sunday, but there's no getting away from that. We've played bad most of the season.
Aye. So, do you see what I mean about if somebody's coming in and they've been consistently and they're not playing well? It doesn't send the right picture to the rest of the dressing room, does it? People know.
Aye. Players know and people know. If you're restricted to just playing that player just for the reason being there is nobody else at that immediate time to replace him. It's like Ross McCausland get out to half time in one of the games. The easy option is, look about my squad, I will just take off Ross. He was having a bad game, but anybody could have come off probably at that time. But you sometimes you look through your squad, it comes down to players. The manager trusts players. He's got a core group now, and he's probably trusting players as well who he didn't buy, might have left in the summer, or might have wanted to go, or showed the signs that they're wastage now at Rangers. They're not going to improve the team. They've had a chance, some are wear and tear, and it's just some have to be moved on. But you can't just bin them all, because you'll have to rely on them. So, and he's having to play some of them. And some will go back out injured, some are already available, some have no game time in weeks, like Kieran Dowell, who now could come on as a last couple of minutes into a sub at the week yesterday. But players that aren't going to improve our team really, and haven't done it lately, and he's got to move them out. So it's about, we need to try and keep the core group together, and the core group we've got now is what we see on the park. That squad now is what we've got. With Danilo coming back nearly, Cortez will be time, and Ridvan will maybe be, but then you're looking and thinking, how long are you going to be fit for Ridvan? No. So that's what each manager will have to deal with. And also, but we want them back, we want them fit and available to give the manager more choice, because we'll have to recycle some of these players, and they'll have to play in league games after European games and cup games. It's just a matter of fact. You look at the fixtures when we come back, it's it's loads of fixtures, about 12, 13 games right up to Christmas. So it's Sunday midweek all the way. So you can't play every game. No, you'll rely on a core group that will play, probably Conor Bannon, maybe Raskin, Diamondi. They'll be the guys that will probably stay regular in the team. And if he's scoring, it'll be Dessers, and it'll need to be Suter and one other, which will probably be between Proper and Balogun most of the time. So it's a heavy schedule, but we don't have a lot of choice to change a lot of players all the time. We've got to keep getting results.
Unless you throw Casemiro into that group, mate, we're really short in the centre-half area all better.
Definitely, mate. Put it this way, if Balogun and Suter get injured, your centre-halves are king and proper. That's what you're left with, mate. Or Casemiro coming in now. But realistically, it's king and proper. That's your centre-halves. That's frightening, mate. That is frightening. But the squad is thin. There's no getting away from that. And you're going to burn some of them out. There's no getting away from that. Especially the way he's wanting to play the team to play. With this high intensity, I know we've never seen any high intensity on Sunday night enough. If we play at that speed and that intensity, by the way, none of them will ever get tired. Because it's just impossible to get tired playing at that speed. They were tired yesterday. They looked tired yesterday after the excursion in Europe. That's fair enough. Most teams, Southside will tell you all the teams that get beat in the weekend there who have just come back for European trips, and it's a point. It is a point. But we seem to be the only team in Britain that's not allowed to be tired after a European try. But we were tired. You could see it. Some of the players were hiding yesterday. They definitely were. They didn't want the ball. They didn't want to make the runs, and it was obvious.
As the game went on, it got worse and worse and worse, and then it came to life for the last 5 minutes, bizarrely, at the end of the game. But listen, it's going to be interesting going forward. It's going to be interesting who starts getting these jerseys weekend. And taking Southside's point on for you, Albert, it's going to be interesting if we ever get some of these people back competing for places. Matondo, Ridvan, Lawrence. You know, if you just day three, mate, and how often they've turned up for a lot, to use a football phrase that's been used a lot lately. And we're bang for buck. We're not getting anywhere near it with just day three. They've replaced Ruth, Davis, and A and other. It's mental, mate. Mental. It just seems to keep happening. I don't know what you think, Southside.
I've seen you. I went scouting about Matondo today because I knew he was coming back, and I was trying to see what he'd done. And because remember we spoke about it, he's hardly contributed, out injured all the time. He's played 6 games. He's got 2 goals and 3 assists. As mad as it sounds, and he's never on the park.
I know, but I think most of them were against Ross County at Hampden, weren't they?
Aye. I know, but it's a wide player that we've lost. Benjami's starting to maybe assist and score. He's managed to sort of start now. Czerny's been the light since he missed 2 sitters in Europe. He's been a guy that's been scoring and assisting. We need Benjami to chip in there, and we need especially our midfield. Between Raskin, Diamondi and Barron, they've got to start adding goals somehow, get chances, or how we create chances to get them to be finishing them. And our defence, I don't think there's a defender scored this season, have there, since it started. You know, we can see what the problems are. We need to add more goals to our game. Dessers is a guy that's been scoring them, and he didn't score for that length of time. We picked it up with Benjami and Czerny chipping in. But we need more goals throughout our team. That's a fact going forward. We need to find a way, but I think we'll not get that until we start adding more players into the squad. Tom Lawrence, he's been scoring goals, but he's a bit back out injured again, and he doesn't give the energy levels that you need in that position and all at times. So we need to refresh the squad and get more players in. That's just a fact, and it's plain to see for everybody out there. It's looking in. We need more players to help what we've got.
Is the hardest bit on there getting the players out the door?
We're back to that again. It took us basically 4 years to get rid of the ones we get rid of there at the summer, because most of them stayed to the end of their contracts. Jack, Roof, all these types all stayed to the end of their contract. I think Barisic stayed, no, did he? I can't remember. But anyway, Lundstrom all stayed to the end of their contracts. So it took us 4 years to get rid of them. And now we've still got a glut to go, still leave, who, by the way, are just going to stay at the end of the contracts. Because they've paid too much money. No club's going to match the wages for what they see these players getting. They look at their track record with injuries. No, not interested. What are you looking for, son? 30 grand a week. Aye, we're going to give you 30 grand a week to do nothing. No, Rangers do that, but no other club puts up with it. This is the stupidity of what's been happening for the last 5, 6, 8 years, whatever. And that's what Klopp been trying to tell you. This is nuts. This is bordering insanity what you are up to here. Now we've got a situation. We've got a good load out the door. We've brought some players in. None of them, I reckon, were on big money. Going enough. No, I mean they're no cheap players regarding wages, but there's definitely room there if you want to get rid of them. You can get rid of them because other teams might look at them and go, take a punt on him. He's only getting X amount so we can take him. But Matondo, Hadji, Dessers, nobody's touching these 3 players, mate. I'm telling you right now, nobody's touching them. You can't sell them. Nobody will buy them. Not one team will buy any of the 3 players. They'll walk away for nothing as well. And you're probably talking a couple more that will walk away. Tavernier will walk away for nothing. These are all big earners, mate. Lawrence will walk away for nothing. Dow will walk away for nothing.
Matondo's new. Let me just get his age. Would have been 24 in July, so he's in the peak of his football and powers. Would that be fair?
Yeah.
Next 5 year, peak of his football and powers.
Nobody will buy him.
Right.
What that one out, mate?
No. He's in the third season with us, yeah? All right, he made his debut in the 2022 against Union St Gallen. Right? Just league games, and we're not going to count substitute appearances because you don't know, without getting into the data, you don't know if you're going for 5 minutes in the whole of the second half. Just league games. He started 18. And
this is his third year.
This is his third year. And a total starts of 26 games. I mean, Tavernier and Golson used to do that in 2 months, no offence. Yeah? And we're talking value for money. I mean, listen, I'm not blaming. You can't blame the board of directors for that, but it's just, it's value for money. It's just frightening what we're getting Southside. Yeah?
Aye, because we'll find them a decent wage, like we talked about with other players. You're buying, but he was £11 million or something. Man City sold him for when he left the academy. He was doing all right in Belgium, seemingly. He was playing pretty well over there, but he's came to us and he's either been on the treatment table more than he's actually had chances. And when he's come in, he offers plenty of pace. He's got a wee bit of trickery, but not too much, to be perfectly honest. And that's about it. I mean, if you give him the ball tight in the touchline with a defender coming to him, he's a one-trick pony. He's going to cut inside, knock the ball quickly inside if he's got that much space and try and go by him. He's not going to get the ball, go to the byline and cut it across. He's not that type of player. He's right footer, want to play on the left-hand side. So he wants to cut inside. You know what he's going to do. Whether and I know it sounds bizarre, whether he gets fit, he comes into the team and he gets a chance coming on and impresses in a couple of games, and then Phil come on, trust him over a period of time to start in the left, should he stay fit long enough, then he might prove something going forward, because he's not really gave us a lot. He's gave us the odd flash here or there, but nothing sustained. So it'll be up to him. But we paid top dollar for him, and we're not getting really a return of it.
We've paid about 2.5, roughly about £2.5 million in wages for him so far. That's what we've paid, roughly.
I think it's more than that, man.
I'm being conservative. And for that, by the way, he's played 18 games in 2 years. Well, 2.25 seasons now. 2.25 seasons, his third season. He's played 18 games. And I reckon, I'm being conservative, I would rank 2.5 million. That's what we're talking about here, by the way. And we think other team is going to have a look at him and say, "Oh right, well that's smashing. Let's have a go. Let's have some of him." There's nobody coming near him, mate. Absolutely no. Unless we get him on the park for the rest of this season, firing on the park, there is no chance we selling this guy. None whatsoever. Nobody's going to touch him. We'll have to give him away. And that's another one that will walk out the door for nothing.
And that'll be 3 seasons into a 4-season contract, mate. And usually a year in January you can sign for somebody with nothing, with a few months left. You know,
A year this January.
I think you're maybe talking about near a 1.5 million a season, mate, potentially.
Okay.
You know.
So this is what we're talking about. This is why we can't get rid of these players. Hadji must be around about the same. I don't know what he's played. He's played more games, obviously, but he's on something similar.
No, really. Do you want that, man? Do you want me to look at it for you, Albert?
Aye, go for it, pal.
Aye, but I mean, the other trouble and all is for people playing and seeing them, mate. You're not getting looked at when you're in the stand. Let's be honest, yeah.
Some club will take a chance on him, but somebody will look at his age and think, I'll give him a chance. We might not get the same money, neighbour near the same money that he's getting paid at Ibrox, but he's 24, as we say. He's got plenty of years left to find a club and go and develop himself. He might come good somewhere else, you know, and do well. But
you're saying take a chance. Nobody's paying money for him. We'll have to pay him off. Aye, but we'll have to pay him off or let his contract, let him finish his contract. Then somebody will come in and get him, but they're not buying him.
That's one. No, I don't know. You better take a tablet or a chill pill or whatever. Get a brown paper bag. I'll be alright. I've got Hadji. Right, Hadji's in his 6th season with us. Now we know he had a terrible injury. Yeah, and we know his first season was at the back end of the transfer window, so we get that, understand that. But he's still in his 6th season with us. Just league games. He started 47 all there. In total, he started 68 games.
It's ridiculous, man, isn't it? It's one season. You've got one season out of 6 of them, basically.
Mm-hmm. And we know it was a bad injury, so we're not having a go at the body for that. Yeah.
What age is he? What age is he, pal?
What age is he? I think he's ages with me. I think that we'll just have a look. Sorry, I shut it down after I didn't want to keep that in front of me because I know it was upsetting you.
I would reckon he's going to be, 27, 28, round about that mark.
Hadji was 26 last month, mate.
Right, 26. There you are, 26. His deal, man, and him have turned around and says he wants him to stay at Rangers. He said 6 years, and we've got one season at him, and we'll play. He's probably lifted close to £4 or £5 million out of the club, and he's wanting to stay here because he knows, his old man knows, well, all we should know. The boy's career's finished at this level. It's done, mate. And he knows that he doesn't want him to leave. And if he can get Rangers to sign him, how would you think he renegotiated his contract to take certain parts of his contract out so he can go on the bench? He's hoping that he does just enough for Rangers to give him another two-year contract. And that will do him up to his, 28. And he'll say that'll do. That's you. You've made your money in football now. Now you can start dropping down the leagues and pick up small change here, there, and everywhere. That's what it's all about, mate. He's done. He's finished. I'm sorry to say it, but he is.
Talking about people who are done or finished, we couldn't find anybody, but we've joined the Big Stevie. Evening, big man.
What an introduction that is. He's done. Just done for band practice, guys. I've not heard much of the chit-chat, but what I'd like to do is I'd like to pay homage, being remembrance, I'd like to pay homage to any Bears that have passed away. We've been Remembrance Day in the armed forces in the First and Second World Wars and various other wars after that, and especially the boys. I was in Belfast at the weekend, the Scottish boys that lost their lives earlier today. I'd like to play homage to RM. Anyway, boys, how are we?
Good, mate. Well, good. We didn't find that a classic performance yesterday, but we got 3 points. We got a good result on Thursday, Stevie.
Oh, they were awful. Absolutely awful. The story is, 3 o'clock flight home to Belfast Sunday, and I literally ran through the airport, and I probably used more energy running through the airport than that front line.
Whoa. You ran through the airport?
Yes, to get my lift.
All right, okay, carry on.
Aye, honestly, and I probably used up more energy than it. Like, Big Dizzers, he was non-exact. He scores a goal and you don't see him. No, it was terrible. And do you know something? We all talk about international breaks. Is it good? Is it bad? I'm going to say for the first time, I think it's came at the right time for us. I really do. I think the fans need it and I think the team need it. Because really, it's a hard watch. It really is. No, the Bears are on flat as a pancake. You know, we're trying to pick positives, you know, and you get a game in Europe and you play brilliant and then you fall back in. People talking about the way other teams set up, I don't think it is that. I just think we are what we've got now. And I mean, Hearts come out to play against us, and I always thought teams come to Ibrox and come out to play against us, we'll catch them. Aberdeen, Hibs, they all done it, and we were woeful. Absolute woeful. And there's nothing else I can say. No, is my wing man there, Southside?
Oh, he is. He's sitting sharpening his pencil.
All right,
Southside,
buddy.
Before we bring
All right, yeah.
All right, mate. Was a poor watch, wasn't it?
Oh,
To the end of the day, mate, it's like get 3 points after a European game. It's just the fact that some of the performances before that, leading up this season, have been pretty like that. We're winning 1-0, 1-0, 2-0. I think 6-2. I think it's the most we've won in the league. But listen, it's about getting the points, and now we need reinforcements in the team. We need players back fit that's maybe potentially coming back and stay fit. We need to help the team out more. We're going to burn players out with this run that's coming up, mates, you know. We're going to be Sunday midweeks all the way. So we need to, he's going to have to keep the core group together. We're going to need to stay fit, and we're just going to have to battle our way through it, mate.
Yep.
Anyway, cut across, you don't believe this. We've been joined by the one and only Port Bear. Evening, Port Bear.
How we doing, boys?
We're all good. How are you, mate? How are you?
I'm all right, mate. Aye, I am all right. I am all right.
Have you been bailed, mate? Have you got a tag on?
Quoted for a Sunbed show.
He was tagged in
that's for his Danish community service, isn't it?
He puts the money in the machine for you, Southside, if you want one.
No, I'm not. I'll leave that to the Port Bear.
How are we doing, Port? What's in your mind, mate?
Aye, just obviously I've been listening in option. You know, you've been drumming on about, you know, the shape and stuff and that, and having been a midfielder for a long time, one of my biggest frustrations has been the midfield and how isolated Diamandi's been at times and how isolated Barron's been at times. And remember, I used to moan about Lundstrom hiding in between the two centre halves. It was starting to annoy me that Barron was doing the exact same thing, and then he was leaving, you know, whoever was playing alongside in that mid-left park, he was there on his own and he had no help, and that really frustrated me. But over the last few games, when I've seen him playing the 2-6s, and Raskin and Barron have been getting stuck in, you know, they look like an engine room. I know the passing's been erratic at times upstairs, but they chase back and they get the ball back very quickly. And I think that's like a sign of improvement. But long term, what I'm feeling is, if that's going to be his, I'll tell you what I would like to see. Long term, if that's what he's going to do, Barron and Raskin, I'd like to see Baram in the 10 position, mate. I'd like to see Cortez on the left, and I'd like to see Tierney on the right, because I think that would bring a lot more, you know, stability to the base of our midfield with 2-6s, and it'd let Barami, mate. I just think the guy's a magician. I just think he's wasted with the left, because he's got a wee bit of pace, but he's not Oscar Cortez quick or Matondo quick. Because let's face it, if he was as pacey as them, he wouldn't be Rangers. But I think in that number 10 role, I think he's seen shoulders above Tom Lawrence, mate. I really do.
I think that was mentioned earlier on. I'll let Albert come back in then Southside. On you go, Albert.
I agree. He's better than Lawrence. He's more mobile than Lawrence for a start, and that's a big plus. But he's definitely a skillful player. There's no doubt about it. Again, it's out in the left in it, Port. He's just filling a position now because shortage of shortage of left wingers, but definitely, I
Yeah.
think he's a number 10. I think he's a number 10. You can see he's got the vision, he's got the skill for it. Absolutely, mate. And what I like about him is he sees he gives a pass, times a pass brilliantly. He doesn't hang about and mince about and hold the ball too long and then just nearly get the pass. When he sees the pass, he gives the pass at the right time. Tierney's the same. He'll give you the pass at the right time as well. And that's a big plus at that level. It's a big plus at that level because you don't get this time that Diamondi's wanting on the ball. You don't get that time, mate. He does some good things, Diamondi, and then he lets himself down by getting caught in the ball. You're saying caught in possession, never get caught in possession, especially a midfielder, never get caught in possession. But again, back to Diamond, back to Bergemi, definitely like him, mate. I really like him a lot.
Southside.
Oh, there's a problem. Sorry, mate.
That's all right. On you go, Port, then Southside. Come on.
Therein lies the problem. Where does Diamandi fit in? You know, does he become a bench player going to come in, you know, for Bergami? Is he going to sit and be a backup to Raskin and Barron? Because he can't do the same job as they can do because I don't think he's got a physicality yet. So where does Diamandi fit into this squad, mate, in this current formation?
Southside.
I said that, Port, when I said that if he gets a proper number 6 in that he wants, maybe a big physical guy, a number 6, right? We tried to get 2, we tried to get Klassen, we tried to get Jordan, right? And the two of them didn't want to come. So he wants a proper number 6. And I said, who's going to play or who drops out between Diamondi and Barron at the time before Raskin come back? Because that's what will happen. So you'll maybe find Raskin and Barron or maybe alternate, because see, at the end of the day, they can't play every single week, although they're doing it now. But in time, they're going to rotate at some point. And Diamondi will have to probably rotate with somebody and all, because I think we will get a number 6 in there. Somebody older and more experienced that will make sure they're not running about all over the park and getting took into positions maybe where they shouldn't be running into. Maybe stay more guarded to protect the team. Somebody with experience, Port, I think that will help. Raskin, Barron, Diamondi in the middle of the park. I think that's what he wants in time, you know. And then we want, so it'll be down to where they play them and who will get in the team, and it'll be who's playing the best and what formation that they go into. So that's the way I see it going forward.
Yeah, I think Port's left us. Hopefully we'll get him back in again. Yep, he's back in. You back ways, Port?
Tell him to lift the sunbed lid up and he'll get a better reception.
You're spot on there, Stevie. You came in with your Topsworth on the Diamandi call there.
I've got to say, Diamandi, right, for me, is he a number 10? See, I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, is he a number 10? You know, I just don't know. I've not got it when my head's at. I know he's got more legs and what do you call him, longs, but I don't know if he's a number 10, is he? Is that what he is?
I don't think so, mate, if I'm honest, because you don't see him with that. He's no.
No.
I don't think he's made a pass yet. I think,
he's not got the splitting pass. He's not got the. He's got a dip in that shoulder and a wee turn that he does. I don't think he's technically totally 100% brilliant. He's got bits about him, but I don't think he's a number 10. I've got to agree. I think Bergami would be better there. Or Barami, or whatever you call the guy.
Mm-hmm. All right. We've also been joined by Smith. You back with us, Port?
I certainly am, mate. Yep.
If I was you before we bring in Smith, I'd just check the chat call. Somebody's left you a message. Smith, how we doing, mate?
I know, bad.
You're very quiet, Smith.
Tell Papa.
Can you hear me? That better?
Tell Papa.
No.
Tell Papa Smith his hat's fell out of his mic.
No, but I think he's in the sunbed next to Port Melbourne. You think? What the doubles you get? You're all better.
I don't go to sunbeds, you know that. We walk by a couple, we don't go in.
Aye. We watch people going to sunbeds.
That was double nuggets, what it used to get.
I can't get the lid down anymore.
You'd be better with a stand tan, mate.
Aye. I'll say
There's
that.
no need to boast on the show, Stevie. No, Smurf, you're really quiet, mate.
Because I'm on Skype.
Smurf, walk closer to your phone.
Right,
We can't
go out
swear
and come
on
back
the
in again. Right, we'll drop it. Aye, Stevie, no need to rub it into the rest as you can't get the lid done. That was a cheap shot, wasn't it? You know what I mean?
I don't remember his name, but Smurf phoning for a World War One telephone, but it's out.
Right again, Smurfs.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you, but aye, we can hear you. Carry on, mate.
So, how do you turn that off now? I hate this. Right,
It's happening here.
That's a 10-minute preview coming on.
so anyway, I don't even know what my point was, to be honest.
Right, we're just going to go to the tune now, Smurf. No, I'm only joking. Carry on. Get your point.
No, so basically what Portbear was saying there about Diamondi. See, we think about like tracking back out of possession, getting stuck in, sort of defending for the front, loads of legs, loads of energy. Diamondi's good at that. Barjami's not so good at that. And if you're playing that system, is that no self-evident to Clement when he's playing somebody that can track back like that, etc.? The system's not working for him. Because that system he's playing for a team that's dominating the ball and it's always got possession, and you've got a number 10 there, somebody that's going to make a difference. And maybe not going to be the most industrious player, sort of doing the dirty side of the game, going back the way. Do you know what I mean?
I get you, mate. I think it's horses for courses. I think Diamandi done all right on Thursday night. It wasn't great at all yesterday, all better.
I don't think we've found Diamandi's right position yet. I've not a clue what it is myself, but it's definitely no the position he's playing at the moment. He has got more legs than Lawrence, or probably Barjami as well, but he's clueless. He's clueless in there, mate. He's got a bit of ability about him. There's no doubt about that, but I can't figure out where he plays, mate. I just don't know what he's supposed to be doing, because one thing he never does is break the lines as well. He's always wanting to square bottom, or he never gets by defenders to take a ball on the run. He's always cutting, wanting to square and then cutting into players. That's one of my big bugbears. He always cuts into traffic. He never uses his head and go the simple route. Get a simple ball. He always wants to do something more complicated than is actually required for a particular pass. But there is something about him. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I definitely don't know what his position is. I don't think anybody does.
Is there anything right with your team playing on the square, Stevie?
Yeah, I'm leaving no comment. I'm putting the fifth. Listen, I know the tune's coming on, Ox, right? I'm going to go, right, because I've got a wee Chinese for two coming, so I'm going to ask the technicals to play a Mooney. Right, I'm away. I'll talk to you later one night, lads.
Cheers, Biggie.
Right,
See you later, big man.
Right,
Is he that Chinese himself?
That's what I was going to say. He's not getting any company.
See me,
No,
he made
for me.
him the windy with his backside.
For me, Myra Hinley, a wee table for two and here. Tell the technicals to play a Mooney.
There's no way he's sharing a Chinese for two south side, is there?
No, not a chance. Not a chance.
I tell you what, I didn't think we'd get a laugh right after that game yesterday, but we've managed it somehow. Thanks, Muff. Right.
Yeah, comedy.
All right. We want to get myself a mute. We'll have a tune and then we'll come back to some more serious debate.
As we go marching down the Paisley Road west, the doors and the windows open wide, you will hear the people cheer, the Glasgow Rangers boys are here. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. Blue is the colour, football is the game. We're all together, Glasgow Rangers is our name. For we are the best team in all Scotland, and Glasgow Rangers is our name. So bring on the Celtic, your Hibs and Aberdeen, your Dundee United, we're the best you've ever seen. We play hand on heart, God save the Queen. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. As we go marching down the Paisley Road West, the doors and the windows open wide, you will hear the people cheer, the Glasgow Rangers boys are here. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. Blue is the colour, football is the game. We're all together, Glasgow Rangers is our name. For we are the best team in all Scotland, and Glasgow Rangers is our name. So bring on the Celtic, your Hibs and Aberdeen, your Dundee United, we're the best you've ever seen. We play hand on heart, God save the Queen. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. It's Glasgow Rangers for me.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Aye, we're all back, gentlemen. We're all back, yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Do you think we've got a classic here with Diamande? We've bought somebody that's not quite there. You're trying to get him gain time, experience, try to build him into something, and we've no fun of a position yet. You know, because he's went for. He's never looked like a 6, as this new number 6, as they call it. And he doesn't look like an 8 because he's not a great carrier of the ball. He does his shimmy and he does his turn, which he's good at. And he's not a 10 because he's not got that gale yet. Now, he could be all of them, but at the moment, he's jack of all trades, master of none. Portberg, you want to throw in with that? Is that fair?
What I find mate, he likes to take the ball in tight spaces, and you can see it. He could have three or four players in him, and next minute you see him, he's away. But I'm like you, I'm struggling to find out, is he a 6? Is he an 8? Is he a 10? I can't work out, you know, where they're going to coach him to play. He's very slender, he's very thin, so that makes me think at times he could get bullied, and I think that's why Raskin and Connor Barron are in that 6 role, because they're terriers, you know, they'll get stuck in and get stuck in the tackles, and but I don't think that's his game. But when you think about the 10 role, Barzami's far in front of him, mate. So it's up to Clermont on the coaching pitch, mate, and it's up to them to try and find a position where he can play. Now, when he played for Northern, they played him half left at times, and he done pretty successful half left. But we've got Cortez coming back, and we've got, you know, other players that can play it there. I think it's a real conundrum, mate. I really do. I think this guy needs coaching. This guy needs to master a position next year, or even master one, but be versatile to be able to play in another role. But where that role is at the moment, I don't know. Now, if you remember when we signed him in January, we thought, we've got firmer hands here, scored a few goals, got outside the goals. And I actually said on the show one day, I actually said this could be our first 15 to 20 million pound player, because that's how good he looked at the time. But this year, he looks absolutely lost next year.
Aye, well, maybe the whole team. You know, there's no spark in the team, and he's getting affected by that because he's a young player. But it's going to be interesting to see how he develops, or he get time to develop, or he moves on. I mean, stranger things have happened in football. You know, but what I will say, so he's turning up for his work, mate. He's all better, which is unusual.
Oh, that's a big plus, isn't it? Especially at Rangers, you turn up for your work. But at the end of the day, it's all about the team, and it's all about developing the team and developing other players. And as you say, if a decent bid come in for him, I think he'd be off, mate. As long as we make a profit on him, no more losing money on players. So I think if a bid did come in, I think we should let him go. But at the end of the day, whoever's going to buy him would need to get their eyes on him and say, I know where he plays and I've got a position for him. Because he's one of the players that nobody's going to buy if they're going to end up with the same sort of conundrum that we're in. He's a good player. He's got a bit of skill, but we're not quite sure where to play him. Somebody will need to have an idea about him. And I think that's what we're lacking. We've not got an idea where we want to play him. As a few players.
Taking Port Bear's point on for he takes a ball in close, tight situations, turns away, and then what he usually does, he does his shimmy and turns back in the way, didn't he, where he started?
Oh, that's frustrating, mate. That's exactly what he does, and it's frustrating to watch. He does a good thing, takes it in, beats a couple of players, shimmy, and you're going, no, sprint away, or fire the ball away. You've drew in maybe 1, 2, sometimes 3 players. No, you've took them out of position. They're the pass. No, you'll not get a pass. He wants to turn back in and do it all again. It's nuts. That just shows an experience. That just shows somebody that needs to mature a bit.
Is that is Albert answered the question? Is it an experience, Southside?
Aye, as to a point, he's coming into a team where last season there was more experienced players running about him in the squad, and he came in and he looked all right. He's definitely not a 10. Bajami will be your 10 if you want to call it that 10. And now he was playing as an 8, and Barron played as an 8, and so did him yesterday. If you had Cortez in the team and you were playing if you were even playing 3 players or the way it is now, he's your water carrier in there. He's a guy that can get back and take the ball in tight situations. You see in Europe, he's a different player. He gets more space, he works hard in there, and he looks a better player at times. Here, he's had a lot of inconsistent games. He's playing now, he's learning to play at a club that has to win every week. Draws aren't any good, and defeats certainly aren't. Playing in a team that's changing all the time, he needs to get in and settle and see who he's got playing with as a partner. So at the moment, he's going with A3 now, and the way he's doing it is at the moment he's using Raskin as the sort of 6 and Barron and him as 8, and that's the way he's going now because Bajrami's out wide left. So, but he's trying to get him in to strike a partnership up with him, or if Dessers is going to make a run down the channel, which no Disney normally do, or come short and show for the ball. Once he gets that bit of space, he needs runners to show for him, because sometimes he's looking to see what my guy do, but he drives forward, he works hard. I think in time he will become a good player. I wouldn't just write him off. If a bid comes in for a lot more money, then I believe he would be sold. But I don't think he'll go anywhere, and I think in time we'll see that he is a decent player.
Listen, if I think back from memory, Smurf, we played Benfica away, and he had an excellent game that night. So
I was outstanding.
The stuff's there, but we're not getting the week in, week out. Is it the team that's not got the spark, and if they sparked, it would help him? Or is he going to spark the team?
If you look at that team that played against Benfica, there was better quality throughout the team, although a lot of guys went on to leave the club, and it was right that they left the club. I don't think the squad's improved. I think what you've got is, I think you've brought guys that have lack experience in to replace them, and the dividend for that's got to be in 2 or 3 years. So I think that's affected them. I also think as well, this 4-2-3-1 system, I don't think Clement stuck to that as religiously as what people have said. I think he played maybe a sort of 4-3-3 yesterday. Sorry. And that boy, I mean, you couldn't play a 6, for instance, because, like you all just said there, he takes that boy, does that turn, then he turns back in, and then invariably maybe lose the ball, get away, and you're going to do that as a 6 in a dangerous position, so he can't play there. He's not a 10, so he can really only, for me, play as number 8 or play half the left, as Port was saying. But I think he needs experience round about him. I think he'd be a different player if we had a really experienced number 6. You know, and an upgrade for Weir Askin. Weir Askin's done brilliant since he came in, but he's still guilty of giving away balls. He gives the ball away a lot, and I don't think that's helping us either.
He's passing. I think he's been my best player in the last month. But he's passing at times. It could be better. By the way, you mentioned that Benfica game. I'll just give you the team quickly if you think the team was that good that night. It was Butland, Tavernier, Golson, Suter, Redvan, Diamande, Lundstrom, Sterling, Lawrence, Silver, and Dessers. So Butland, Tav, Suter, Yilmaz, Diamande, Sterling, Lawrence, and Dessers. 8 of them are still at the club, mate.
Aye, it's interesting, isn't it? I don't know. And
but I'll tell you what was pretty frightening. It came up with Southside. Could you name the team that played away at Hearts at the start of the season? With the Crompton.
No. Oh, Tavera played.
Butland,
Butland, aye.
Mm-hmm.
Shooter.
Carry on.
Wasn't he proper anyway? Was it? No. Oh, I can't remember.
All right, just say you can't remember.
Can't remember, I'm looking for
it. Right, okay. So it was Butland, Tavernier, Suter, Ben Davis, Redvan, Diamande, Barron, Wright, Lawrence, Cortez, and Dessers. So Ben Davis is away, Redvan's injured, Scott Wright's left us, and Cortez is injured, yeah? And Tom Lawrence is injured. So 5 of the people that started are either no longer away as are only open for selection at the weekend. It's quite a turnaround, all better, isn't it?
It is, mate. It's and it keeps happening. It keeps happening. It's I think now, just to touch on something slightly different, I think now that number 10 position for us is a luxury position that we can't afford for the calibre of player will go to the club at the moment. I think it's we need to look at another structure to suit the standard of player we've got. I think that's one of our big problems, and I think we need to realise that this high intensity game that we want to play, we've simply not got the legs, the stamina, the experience to play that. I don't know. So whether Diamande or Barjami play number 10, I just think it's a position that we can't afford, mate. Too little whoever plays in it. It's got too little return whoever plays in it. Lawrence as well. It's just nothing of any substance comes for it.
Right. Listen, so what you're saying, I'm trying to think, are you saying go to a 4-3-3 or go to a 4-4-2?
Aye, definitely. Probably a 4-3-3, mate.
Mm-hmm. All right. Port Bell?
I've been watching closely, mate. You know what I'd be doing? I'd be building my team around Barjami. I think he's the best player at Ibrox. That's the guy I'd be building my team around. He'd be my main man, and I would be finding players that's going to make and help that guy get the best out of his ability. And I think so far, Barron and Raskin are doing a lot of work in there in the engine room, which we needed. That was nil. You know, we didn't engine room up here. Teams are running over the tap. You mentioned it several times that people were getting isolated. Barron was getting between the two centre halves, which was leaving either Diamande or whoever was playing in that midfield isolated to one, and sometimes it was against 2 or against 3. But now that he's sort of tweaked it a wee bit and he's pulled into usually going to sit as number 6s, I just think with them there. And I get about Southside saying maybe with another bit of experience in there, a guy maybe 26, 27 to help Barron and Raskin, because they won't be able to play every game, which I agree with Southside. I just think build your team around Berjami. He's your best player. By far, I don't know if you guys agree with me, but I just think technically on the ball, and he has got pace, which I was very surprised about. You know, he's very, very good close control. I just think the guys get magic in his feet, mate. And if we build that team around him and get the right personnel in, I think we could lift that team 20-30% if we get this January signing window correct. But that's all doing to... Sorry, there you go.
It used to happen to us with the Rangers Radio 5-a-side and all that. Gear about Yorks. It's simple. Southside, didn't you come, mate?
How will I hang about that, Port, as if you say, well, you can build my team round about him. If he plays well, gets sold, or he gets injured and all that, we need to build a team and a squad that's capable of scoring goals for all areas, and we need a lot more pace on the wings. Listen, Czerny's a very, very clever football player, and at the moment we're seeing him add a lot to the team out there. No so great when he's getting bumped about. He's not got blistering pace, but he's clever and he sees a pass, and that's mostly what you get out of him. He can dig a pass out and play it perfect. He's got a footballing brain, the same as Berjami. He's another one. He can go left or right, I think, for number 10. Port, as you say, I think he's a really good football player, but we need other areas of our team contributing. It comes from midfield and certainly set pieces, corners, our defenders getting in that box. I watched Bournemouth do another free kick at the weekend. I'd hope a different corner again this time. They got a reward for it again, and you're like, unbelievable. If you've seen it, it's unbelievable. We're well worked half a training run. That's 2 they've done. It got them a goal in both times for it. So we need to just do the basics first, probably, and get things right. But we should be working on set pieces, because we need to add that to our game, as well as quibbling about who plays up front or who's not scoring enough goals. Our defenders need to go on the end of things and look like we can score for a corner, because every time we get a corner, I just think, sit in my seat and I think, well, nothing's really going to come with this, is it?
Even free kicks, mate, I don't think we score enough with set pieces at all. And we've got height in our team. I think we're absolutely woeful at corners and free kicks. And I'm still pretty annoyed at times when I see Tav running over, wanting to take everything, because Czerny's proved his delivery, Barami's proved he's got great delivery. And there's other players, even with Redvan, when he's back, he's proved his delivery. It really gets to me sometimes when you see Tav running over for away for right back, away to the other side of the corner. So that's him right out of position. And he wants to take that free kick, and 9 times out of 10, he very well hits a man. We don't score enough for set pieces, mate. And that was one of the things that we think back from Walter Smith's time. We used to be deadly at set pieces. You know, Goff, Brown, Big Gordon, Petric, all them sort of players. They put their head in the line no matter where it was, fit level, mid level, head level. They would bust their bloody faces open just to get on the end of that ball. We used to be a real threat, but I don't know who works on set pieces at Southside, but we do not score enough goals with set pieces.
And the first thing I would work on is the delivery.
It's a big part of the next year.
With a few corners yesterday, mate, if you get a delivery, like I personally, and I just want your preference will go down, we'll start with Smurf. In-swinger, out-swinging corners, it's in-swinger all day long for me. Smurf, thoughts?
It's in-swinger. In-swinger, you've got to put the keeper under pressure.
Albert?
I'm a knock it out for a bye kick. We're more dangerous. We just knock it out for a bye kick, mate. Just to all get back into position. I just get the other team the ball. Get back into position.
Out-swinger and in-swinger.
In-swinger.
Southside.
In-swinger, but I think we do that. It's easy for the ref to give fouls for the goalkeepers. I just think we just need to try and look dangerous for a couple of games in a row for corners. Tried a couple of wee variations. One, we were unlucky a couple of games ago. But big part of the game, as Port says, important when you're you're grinding out results and things aren't going your way. At least if you go well, they look dangerous for corners. But Port, we've only got, if Balogun's playing a shooter or it's proper or it's shooter, there's nothing else. Every team in Scotland knows that. Dessers can't get in and lead a ball. I know, do you see him? I know. I was laughing. See, when the Fridvan comes back and you've got Raskin and Barron in your team and Ridvan, we're defending corners. No, when technically in Yefty, it's not exactly the biggest, no, but but we've got to be better at set pieces, free kicks into the box, and it does my head in an all Port watching Tav Trailer put his horn up, cross the ball, and he doesn't beat the first man.
No, I definitely. When it comes to me, Yorkshire,
I know you swing both ways, Port. I know you swing.
I swing both ways, but in swinger, right and tap the keeper, put pressure, right and tap the keeper, front post, back post. You know, mix it up, and then at times when they're expecting it, the in swinger, then now and again go the out swinger and sort of vary it up so they don't really expect. Don't just keep firing in swingers, but mix it up a bit. But I think the in swinger is more dangerous because you get right and tap that keeper and put him right under pressure. I know keepers are protected, but they're not as protected as they used to be. And as long as you get that player in front of the keeper, which just to annoy him, it's just an annoyance factor. And then you've got your big men there, if put on their heat. I mean, if you look at that last game, Big Balogun, a couple of free headers that he should have scored. You know what I mean? And if we're scoring them goals, that takes the pressure right off your attack.
Well, I don't always say you should score, mate, but you should hit the target and then see what happens, eh?
Aye. But as I said, it was free headers, mate. It should have been definitely hit the target, 100%.
A good point about set pieces. It was frustrating with the corner kicks, Who do you think's got the best leap at Ibrox? I think he's a boy Jeffy, if I'm honest.
Jeffy, aye.
100%.
Aye.
He's like
he's
hell.
6 foot plus. He's 6 foot plus, Jeffy.
Is he that tall, is he?
Aye. He's got the pace as well. He's got the pace to run to the edge of the box to get, the run-on players. You know what I mean? So he has got that pace to stay to the edge of the box and make that late run. And these are the sort of things they should be working on. They know he's got the pace. They know he's got the leap. So, get that ball, watch that run and get it onto him, because they're not expecting that if he's sitting at the edge of the box and making that run late. They're expecting like Balogun and Suter to be hit. But I just think they need to work on set pieces and a lot of variation. That's what I'm noticing. I think sometimes Oxfordshire, Southside, Albury, I think we're very one-dimensional, and I think we're very easy to play against. Everybody knows how to play it, and I'll tell you, Motherwell put the blueprint out there. I will remember it. Motherwell put the blueprint how to stop Rangers and how to play against Rangers, and every team copied it. And that was a frustrating thing for me, and that's what really frustrated me about Philip to come on. I've never come on here and asked for that man to be sacked. Never have done, because I see the long-term picture. I see what I see is him getting better players through time, him getting the players he needs to play that formation.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with what you're saying there at all, from the point of view of the point you made about Barjami, where he's the best football player, you need to play in that number 10 role. You can't play a number 10 when you've got Cyril Dessers in front of you, because you've got nobody to play off. The guy plays with the game in front of him. He's got to have the ball in front of him. He's got to be heading towards goal. He can't hold the ball up. He can't bring another player into play, and therefore you can't play with a number 10. So if the manager goes out and signs a number 10 when he's only fit and consistent strikers he's got is Cyril Dessers, in my opinion, he's made a mistake. You've got to play striker first.
Interesting stuff. I think you made that point, Albert, didn't you?
Aye, but Dessers, aye. I think
the number 10 position.
Aye, the number 10 is just not working. It's just a luxury position for us at the moment. But I don't think that's the point that Port Vale's making. I think Port Vale's saying he'd build the team ruin Berjamie wherever you're playing him. I think that's the point we're making.
But if you're going to play Berjamie as a number 10, and he is a number 10, he's not a winger. Although he's played a lot of games in the wing, he's played that for his national team, the last team he played for. But he's been brought in to be a number 10, and Clement said that. And he's brought a number 10 when he's not got anybody to play him off.
Aye, that's a fair point, man.
So when you get limited resources, is that a priority? Or was a better centre half a priority? Or was a number 6 a priority?
Well,
when you've got limited resources.
Put it this way, Smurf. Put it this way. The number 6s and the centre halves might stop you losing games. But if you don't score goals, Southside, you'll not win them, will you?
No, the priority is, I think you know, we need a striker up front that scores goals, powerful, can hold the ball, link to play. And I think going forward, he will replace Dessers, and I think Dessers will get sold. At some point, somebody will come in for him, and he'll go, because he'll still score goals to the end of the season when he's playing. Danilo might be a better fit, but Danilo's not proved that he can scoot and score goals on a weekly basis in a Rangers jersey. So the only guy that's done it at the moment and had a barn spell was Dessers. When he had a barn spell, Czerny managed to chip in and scored some goals, and Berjamie scored a goal here. Now he's got back to getting 3 and 3. He's not going. Sometimes you see that. Sometimes he has a purple patch where he links the play and everything he does comes after him. But on the whole, it doesn't work. And you can't play off him. I agree, Smurf. But in the long term, going forward, Clement will want a powerful striker up front, I think, and I think that's what we want to go by. And that's when he might decide to change and play it as a 10. They know I think we need to keep the midfield the way it is. They three need to play it together. They know we're not really playing as a. He's not playing Diamondi as a 10. They're playing 2 8s and a 6 or a 3 in the midfield.
That's right.
Midfield 3, and they know it's working, and they've all got legs, and they can all go forward and they all can get back. And we've not got that big hole that we had because Raskin seems to fill it, but no, it's easy to play through. And we done it. We played the system on Olympiacos, and it worked. So at the end of the day, Scotland, sometimes you need to grind out the results a bit harder when they sit deep. So you need creative players on the park. You need power and pace, and that's what we need to do going forward. But you need time to get more players, so that's how it will evolve. And some of the players that are playing more regular now might not get a regular game. They'll come in and out the team. So that's what you've got to wait and see what he does going forward.
It's interesting what you're saying, because if he does eventually get his squad together that he wants, he'll have the opportunity where he can put Berjamie out on the left and play a 4-3-3, or he can play him as a 10, depending on what the game needs, or how it evolves and unfolds. Maybe he changes system within games, but he's just not got a squad for it at all now, and he's got limited resources. And I just think, I don't know. I just think if you're going to build a team, build it for the back, and I'm still not happy centre half. And I personally,
we need a centre half, mate. We need a centre half. No doubt about it, mate. We're really short in that area of the pitch, but we're also short in the centre forward role. We've been joined by Bobja. Evening, Bobja.
Hi, good evening, Ox. How you doing?
All right, mate. How's your good self?
Not bad. A wee bit cold. Just stand with the dog there, but anyway, on we go. Another unconvincing display yesterday. And I'm getting a wee bit sort of tired with the inconsistency. I suppose we all are. I'm listening to the show earlier on, what you were saying, and picking the bones out there. And let's be honest, guys, that's no good. That's no good. We've got a lot of problems.
Is some of the frustrations coming, Bob Jared, because of the Malmo away performance, the Athens performance?
Well, it is. I mean, why are we so decent in Europe, and we are, and why are we so poor at home? That's what we can't put our finger on. Yep. I hate using this word turgid that seems to keep appearing, but it is. Another slog yesterday, just scraping by. Hearts could have won that game yesterday, let's be honest. And, we've got to spark into life sooner or later. And there are problems at Rangers. I heard he's discussed that earlier on. Injuries, poor form. I don't care. I'm not going to start on the manager. That's for another. But it's not for another day. It's for now, I suppose. But I don't know what the problem is. There are too many of them to contemplate, obviously.
Yes.
And I do agree with you, Ox. We need a class centre half and we need a class striker badly.
I think we need. I don't know. Class is hard to find. We need bodies.
Oh, class costs money.
We're short of bodies. Never mind class, Southside, huh?
Aye, and listen, we're saying Dessers can't link to play. You play a 10 in there and all that. He's a guy that's got 10 goals for us this season. He's back scoring 3 and 3. He's no anywhere near Rangers class, but he's a guy that we're relying on now to be scoring goals when we create chances, and they've offered him. Our squad are going to be, when we come back after this break, honestly, the fixtures are just piling up on us every single week. Sunday midweek, all the way. So we're going to have to rotate the squad to some point, a degree. We'll just burn all the players out. And the main engine room of your team's your midfield. So barring as much as we don't like it, might get dropped a game or be on the bench, and it might be Diamondi, Raskin. I don't think he's going to risk any of the young boys that he's got in the team like Cole McKinnon and that. He's not going to get in there and play again, but it looks like he's not had any chances, and so he's there and thereabouts the squad, but he's not getting any game time. So he's gone with the test and tried and trusted, and he'll need to manage their game time, because we've got some big games coming up and the energy levels are going to get zapped out that team, and we've not got enough in the squad to make 5 changes, say, in a league game, and it's still expect to win at the moment with the fitness levels of some of them. We should be able to do it, but we've not got enough players to do it, and that's just a simple fact.
The wage bill dictates we should be able to do it, but in reality we can't, Albert, because of who's not available.
That's exactly right, mate. That's exactly right. And the ones that are available are no pulling their weight. So it's a dilemma, it's not really a dilemma, it's a problem that needs to be solved, and it needs to start to be solved for this window. The last window was a big overhaul. This window is starting to put the pieces in place now and starting to pull it all together, because at the end of the day, you can't keep running this merry-go-round and just get to the same conclusion and the same outcome at the end of the season. It's nonsense, mate. It's absolute nonsense. So I fully expect at least 2 players to come in the January, and I hope they've already been identified and targeted, mate. Because if we don't get them in, at least 2 of higher quality than we've already got, we're going to be in trouble again for the rest of the season. That's a fact. We've got a heavy December to come on. We need to fight our way through that first before we even get to the transfer window. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be really difficult. Dessers is Dessers, mate. It's all we've got. I don't think he should be in the team along with a lot of people. But who else do we put in? Daniele, he's supposed to be fit. But how do we know that? He never gets on the park for any great length of time, so you don't know what you've got. It's wee things like that all over the park that's causing the problem, as far as I'm concerned. Loyalty, some players that shouldn't be playing. Tab, for example, the development of that position's already there in Moraine Horns. We can actually develop that position, no problem. But we've got Tab there, and we keep playing Tab for whatever reason, best known to the manager. I don't know why he plays him. But we don't help ourselves. You need to solve some of the problems where you can, and then rectify the other problems coming in this transfer and the next transfer window. That's the progress that everybody wants to see. We're not seeing it at the moment. He's shuffling and shuffling and shuffling. But Southside says, we're going to get to the stage, we're going to burn this team out. And that's a fact. Look at, they played on Thursday, played a good game on Thursday, came out Sunday there, and the team just looked tired. Let's be honest, they just looked tired.
Sorry, Dana Bridgman. Aye, listen, they did look tired, but so did Hearts for the last 15 minutes, and they'd played in Europe as well after us. All right, they didn't have the travelling. But I think the problem, I take your point, but there's a lot of things we need to try and sort of, if we're honest, Albert. I mean, we can't do it all the time, every week. We need to knock it down, hopefully get a run of results, get a bit of form. Maybe some people might leave and more bodies will come in who are going to be part of the first team, Port Bear, because that's what we need. We need guys in that are going to play and add to the first team. No sitting in the stand or on the bench. We need more starters.
It needs to be guys, in my opinion, maybe between 27, 26, 28. We need players that's going to come in, experience, hit the ground running. And I've got a wee funny feeling next year that Tav might be out the door in January. His body language for me is totally wrong for a captain. I don't know if any of you have noticed, but he just does not look interested. He doesn't look the same player. He just doesn't look interested in where he is. I think that move that he thought he was going to get during the summer that never transpired really upset him, and I think that's affected his season so far. So don't be surprised, guys. I'm telling you, don't be surprised if Tav goes in January. And I think that with the money that we might get for him, that's when we need to use and be wise. And Neil's Cupin, the director of football, he has got to get these signings right up here, because he's a man. He's a man. I know there's no chairman, I know there's no CEO, and it's all been left to Clement and Neil's Coppin, but these guys have got to get these signings right, mate, because we can't afford any more projects, which we've got. We need experienced help for these young guys, because what we've got to remember here, this squad's young. They're not, I mean, they're looking about and your John Lundströms, your Connor Goldsons, your Tavs, there's nobody about to help them and guide them through games. It's just a young squad that's been thrown together with a new manager, and I think that's the biggest problem, mate. I think they need help, mate. I really do think the squad needs help.
But if you take yesterday's team, yeah, and I get it. Well, I take your point about Tav, but Tav's playing, Suter's playing, Balogun's playing. There's three experienced players. And then you've got Berjami. Berjami, Dessers, and Cherny. None of them are novices. Yesterday, starting the game, you throw in Butland to that. You're only carrying young boys the three in midfield and Jeffy.
So yeah, I get that, right? So, but you've got Butland, I agree with that. You've got Tav, I agree with that. You've got Balogun. I don't think John Lundstrom, John
Suter.
Centre and a half. Suter, I think he's very, very quiet, mate. And Berjami's the same. I don't think they're the sort of guys that get players by the scruff of the neck and shouting ball. And
I don't know if you see that. I don't know if you see that anywhere. Modern game, but anyway, talking about guys who are always modern. I've been joining me all, Davy. Evening, Davy.
Evening, boys. How are we?
Hi, Davy.
Hi,
Don't all shout at me at once. I'm fine. I'm doing fine, apart from watching that load of rubbish. It beggars belief. I mean, you could dissect that umpteen times, and we've tried it, and we're coming up with the same old. If we could do this, if we could do that, and it's not happening. And the way we're playing that setup he's playing, we have said it countless. You've said it umpteen times, folks. We do not have the players at the moment to play that system. So why do we insist and keep playing it? And something he's bringing a lot of problems onto himself. The way he's, how on earth did he no start with a big man at right back and he brings back Tavernier? That to me, I just couldn't get. You come out with a European result, smashing performance, worked their socks off. Okay, you've got to rotate people, fair dues. But Tavernier's no one you rotate. You've got to start with that same team, apart from if you've got one or two injuries, which I don't think we had. And I'm with Suicide all the way regarding we need a bit, whether it's going to happen or not, I don't know, boys, but we need some bit of stability in beside the two young boys, because we're going to run them into the ground. And I don't know who I've had a couple of offers, but they've knocked it back. But I think we need a bit more experience in there.
Listen, they might be the answer, but I think Southside can come in. They're not going to play every single week. They carry over the schedule, and that's without picking up any knocks. And Raskin's on his best maybe run ever for turning out for us, Southside.
Aye, David, we played more or less a 4-3-3 yesterday, do you know what I mean? So Diamondi was in there and Barron and Raskin, but the schedule of games that's coming up, there's no chance that they're going to be ready and fit and available and fresh. So they'll get broke up at some point, and then you look round about the squad and you think, well, who's going to come in and fill one of these spaces? Is it going to be Hadji? Is it going to be a Kieran Dow? Because at the moment he's playing that sort of 4-3-3, and I think he's trying to. You need somebody to try and carry the ball, and we need legs in there, and it seems to be working. That they're getting about the park. So other players are playing better than others, but they're still all contributing and they're full of energy. So at the end of the day, the schedule's coming up, and that's what we need to do, rotate. But that's the problem. We don't have many to rotate. So some will play a lot more games than others, and some will probably at some point have to get rested. At the end of the day, you don't want them picking up an injury. So I dare say sports science will come into it. Conor Barron's going away with Scotland. Whether he plays or no with Suter, they're still going to be away training at a different intensity that Steve Clark will do with them while they're away in international duty for a game that he might do at Rangers. Sometimes they come back for international duty and they pick up injuries for third players talk about it before, because the training's totally different at international level. I wanted day two to get a rest, but they're no, because they're away in international duty. So these are the things we've got to contend with. So they'll come back, and if they've played any time for Scotland and come back, then it's another game that they've played, and then they're going into this heavy schedule. So it might get dictated to by sports science that we might burn Conor Barron out. We don't know how before he ran on Thursday night, what his stats were, what they were in the semi-final before it, and then we're looking at him and we're looking at him maybe at half time, thinking here, you're hitting the red zone shortly. That's what he could be getting tell, and that's why maybe he had to take him off. You still want him out there battling, because as supporters, we just look at them on the park and how they're playing. And he was running about the park, wasn't he? Brilliant, but you knew he was on the park and he was doing well enough. But we don't know what's happening in the background, how much he ran the day games, how intense he runs he had, the way they all talk about it now. We just look at him as they had a good game that day, and he put in some shift. And Raskin's the same. He'll end up having to come out probably because he's been back for long-term injury, in case he picks up a calf strain or something like that. I don't know if he'll get picked for international duty, Davy, so he might be away in that. I don't know. But we've got to, that's the engine room. Diamondi's the same. So we're going to have to change it at some point, because we need to keep the team as fresh as we can, because we're winning and we're not giving the team much credit. But if we lose, we'll certainly blame them, mate.
Sorry. I'll come right back to you, David. Albert, as the frustration came yesterday, but I thought Raskin was the best, and then Barron, Diamondi was non-existent. So you think if you were taking any of the midfield off, if we were the managers without the data he's got, it would have been Diamondi. Is that what the frustrations came for yesterday?
It is, mate. Well, you've got Diamondi no doing what he's supposed to be doing, and you've got Dessers no doing what he's supposed to be doing. You've got Tav just all right, no bad, but not really producing or contributing. So you're basically playing with three men down. That's what's happening. Okay, they two combined to score the goal. Right, that's great and dandy, but for 80 minutes of that game, the three of them were rotten, absolutely rotten. And you can't. We've not got a squad, and we've not got a class of player that can carry three players that are no contributing in three vital positions. Let's be honest with you, especially Diamondi and Dessers. You're looking for everything to come for him. Now, you've got two good players on the wings, and they will supply. But you've got to have a centre forward and a number 10 that's going to make runs, or they're going to find them when they make runs. Well, Dessers does not make a run; he just jogs from side to side. So you've got that problem. It's all right talking about burning players out and this, that, and the next thing. You have nobody to bring in. That's a fact. Definitely in the midfield, you've got nobody to bring in, and up front, you've nobody to change with Dessers. So you're looking at Diamondi, he has to play. You look at Dessers, he has to play. Tab doesn't have to play. We've got a replacement for that. He just chooses not to play it. But they two, they're key positions that we don't get much out of. And that's what's causing all the hardship, because we're not scoring enough goals, and it's coming for they two positions not doing their jobs. By the way, a lot of this can be solved if we just scored 2 or 3 goals in the first half. And then all of a sudden, the whole team gets energy.
You take 5 off. You take 5 players off right away, yeah?
Exactly, mate. But we're not doing that because there's players not doing their jobs.
Right. And you come, David, and you come, mate.
I'll bear spot on. Sure, you were spot on there a couple of minutes ago with the question you asked him. But I mean, if you look at the start of the game and you get the goal, you go, well, this is good. This is going to be what's following on for the midweek game. And after that, you would think we had substituted the 10 outfield players for 10 other players. Because we just disappeared. And the amount of times we gave that ball away, that's just bad coaching. You can blame the players all you like. They are responsible and all that. But I think just the way we play, it's not suiting the players. And the substitutions, I do not get the substitutions. I mean, they were all right. Everybody was going nuts when they took a young boy. And whether he's injured or he's maybe needing a break, fair dues. But Diamande should have come up long before any of this thing came up. And I've highlighted that tonight in my show talking about him. It was just an empty jersey to me. It's the same wee wiggle here, a wiggle there and back and bumping into everybody. So Clement's just bringing on a lot on to sell here, folks.
Smurf.
I think it's also impacting in other areas. You know, we sort of question why is he not playing Sterling at right back?
Yeah.
Why is he not playing? Well, he's not got a sort of reserve to bring off the bench and plug his gaps. So the guys that he would quite like to start every game at right back, he's got to say, well, what happens if Connor Barron gets injured? You know, or whatever. I've got to put Sterling in there. I can't start him at right back. It's impacting other players' careers, actually. You know, getting in, settling into a fixed position, getting a run of games under their belt, getting ahead of steam, hitting some form, and really punching on and motoring forward, and then somebody comes in with a bid for them, which is what we want. And they're not able to do that because the lack of strength and depth. Anybody that's, you know, a sort of, you think a guy like Ian Redford, anybody that can play multiple positions and whatever, they're going to be held to ransom with that, and it's going to be the detriment of their careers, at least for the short term, you know.
Can I ask a question, Jay?
Yes, mate. Yes, mate.
See this red zone carry on we hear about all the time. Not to go away from Smurf's point, good point, Smurf, but if you're on the red zone, say like say Barron gets taken off, who's on the red zone, what we think happened there on Saturday, right? When he goes to Scotland, is he still in the red zone? If he's in the red zone, can he play for Rangers? How can he play for Scotland?
I couldn't agree more, mate. I couldn't agree more.
Because the game will be on Friday or whatever night, Saturday or whatever it is. So they'll look at it here.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know how it all works either, mate, but that's what they'll say. He's getting rest time now. He'll do certain training and he'll be ready to play on Friday if selected. You would imagine that'll be what the sports science will say.
So Rangers Sports Science, why are they not getting listened to? If they're taking them off for Rangers, why are they not saying, right, we need to order Scotland set up and say, he can't play. He must have X amount of rest before he plays, and his training must be this light or whatever it is today. So what's the point if you're taking him off for Rangers, he can't play for Scotland as far as I'm concerned. The same as, by the way, if he calls off sick or injured, he can't play the next game for Rangers. Is that right? Am I right with that, Kerry? And they still got that, Kerry. And if you call out of Scotland injured, you can't play for your club. So it works the same way, Rooney, with a club. If he can't play in red zone, he can't play for Scotland. That's the way I would think it should work. I don't know if it does work that way. I doubt it with that drunken charge. That clown, it shouldn't have been a joke. Anyway.
Don't hold back.
See what you feel.
He always does. Oh dear. I get your point, Ben. I think, listen, unless you're involved in it, what I will say is, does that mean a sports scientist can get managers to sack them, not just players? Bob Jerry.
Well, it seems to me there's a hell load of confusion about it. You're either fit or you're no. I don't know much about sports science, but to me, I was talking about it this morning to my mate. To me, we agreed that I don't know what's the point yet, or you're either fit or you're no. And I do agree with the sentiments about your national team manager, by the way. But no, that's not the point. If you're fit enough to play, you play. You're young and you're fit. I don't know.
Well, I've got a
these
question
people
on
are
this.
they're paying out wages for nothing, as far as I'm concerned. If the
Wait a
boys
minute.
fit, fine.
Wait a minute, Spuff. Let's take that as
Aye.
no a yellow card, but 2 down for a yellow card. Davey, if that was you, Davey, that would have been a red.
Aye,
You've got previous, David. You've got previous.
Can I just throw in a wee bit of what I was going to say at the beginning, but I forgot it. I must congratulate the Rangers support on Remembrance Sunday there, and I was doing the kind of stuff myself. I thought when you see what went on elsewhere, I don't know. I was so ashamed. I was so ashamed, and I can't even say the words I want to say. But congratulations, and I've seen one at Sunderland done, and I applaud them as well. So well done, guys, and keep it going, because you know what we're up against.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question? What happened to the big gun? Did we lend that to Ukraine or something? Where's our big gun?
No, there was 4 guys in heart attacks when they said, mate. The risk assessment says we'll need to get rid of that, mate. Yeah. You know, right, Smurf, in you come, mate.
Can't remember what it was.
That's all we need. Somebody else on here with Alzheimer's.
You're getting as bad as us.
And I'm not even joking. Honestly, I can't remember what it was.
I tell you. You're in trouble when you start smelling a fish, mate. I'll tell you that.
Oh, no.
Oh, sorry, mate.
I've told you not to discuss Davies issues on here.
Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. I've remembered. Remember that John Brown famously took to the field when he knew his Achilles was going to go.
Oh, aye.
Was he in the red zone?
I think he was away beyond the red zone, mate.
I think the problem with John is he was in the orange zone. The game's changed, and obviously it's about trying to prolong people's career. I think I get it, Southside. I'm not saying I understand it, because used to be, I mean, you were used to it a lot. You get took off and you were having a good game. It never happened to me, but no, you get took off and you ran too far.
I did get took off in the last minute or two or something. I get the applause. Do you know what I mean? But that aside, listen, players aren't they?
A good game, you get took off. Never used to happen, did it?
I know. Listen, like you say, we go and you're watching it, and if he's having a good game, you're happy. A Rangers player's having a good game. And listen, you can see the energy levels they put in. Listen, all the sports science stuff, the sports science at Ibrox are more or less picking their team now, to a point. You know, they're saying, you can't play him now because you maybe play him, he's going to get an injury. He needs to sit on the bench and then maybe bring him on, give him 15 minutes. And we're going, wait a minute here, how's he no starting or how's he on the bench? Because he played there the other night. And that's what's happening now. Whereas it should be, you go in the park, you play your game. If you don't come off injured and you've had a good game, I expect to see you next week. That's the way it normally worked, you know. But nowadays it isn't. And players just don't know go out and play with certain injuries now, probably. Listen, one or two have. We've heard John Lundstrom played with cracked ribs and all that and everything else. The odd one or two have been out and done it. But no, nowadays, players get injured. They just stay injured until they feel ready to come back.
Right, so let's assume.
That's just the way it is.
Let's assume everybody's fit when you start the game, right? They all start the game well. So you're having a really good game and working hard for the team. It's a close game. And your mate, Albert, is not doing a lot, standing about and not doing any chasing or harrying. You'll get took off and he gets left on. It doesn't make sense, mate.
He's the water carrier, but isn't he? He's a guy that's running about, but not doing much.
I'm standing about, but I'm looking good. That's
I've never seen you when you're looking good, Albert. I'm just saying you're not doing it. It's not your day. But you'll get left on because you've not done a lot of running. The guy's having a fantastic game. Doing a lot of grafting. And a close game. Or let's just say it was a cup final. Or 60 minutes, we need to bring you off. It doesn't make sense.
No. None of it makes sense, mate. It's just it's a made-up department and a made-up nonsense to make it sound more professional, in my opinion, more professional. You can see when somebody's not running, you can see when they're running. I mean, you can see somebody's putting effort in. It's the eye test all the time for me. You can see it. I seen it on Sunday there, certain players hiding. I watched it with I never thought I'd say this, but I watched it with Big Balogun walking behind a Hearts player so he couldn't take the ball off Butland. And I never thought I'd see it off a player like him, but he was knackered and he just didn't want the ball, so he made sure the player go between him and Butland. Then he couldn't throw the ball, him too close. And I was like, oh, that's a flying move. That's an old head there, that's that. But there's more than him doing it, mate.
Aye, well, gentlemen, we've reached that time of the evening. I can't believe we managed to have a laugh tonight. I didn't think it was going to be possible. But anyway, listen, Bob, last word for your good self.
Oh, pleasure. Pleasure to be here as always. I think basically what we're saying is the squad's threadbare. We're fed up being a benevolent fund for injured players. And the other sports scientist nonsense, that'll go on, that'll get worse. And we'll just have to plod on when we come back for the beloved international break. So good night, lads. A really good discussion tonight. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed listening to you, as always.
Cheers, boys. Cheers.
When's the next show?
I'm coming at, mate. I'm coming at. You're not getting that. The next show
right.
will be a week on Thursday, mate.
I'll see you then.
All right.
See you later, Bob.
Take care, boys. Bye-bye.
All day.
Bye, Bob.
Last word for all, Davey.
Aye, great stuff. Always is. As you said, Docs, it's nice to hear us laughing again. I just hope we can be laughing in a few more months and the team starts picking up. And I hope Big Stevie enjoyed his Chinese. I heard the guy didn't turn up for another half hour. Anyway, it's been great speaking to you. It's been great listening to you. And as always, God bless the Jews, guys, and you all stay safe. Good night.
Do you know where he ordered his Chinese for, Davey?
Tell us.
Do you know what one he ordered?
I lost you.
Do you know what Chinese Stevie ordered from?
Tell me.
The Orange Walk.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. I like that.
All right.
That's that name that do that, chow mein.
Smurf, last word for your good self.
Well, a wee serious note, as a former serviceman, I just like to say we will remember them, and I keep it going for the Rangers. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, I sort of forgot it. I was Remembrance Day today, mate. The 11th day, the 11th month, and the 11th hour was the day, yeah. Yeah, and we pay tribute to everybody who's done their bit, Smurf, past and present, and especially them that made the ultimate sacrifice. Well said, Smurf. Albert.
Well said, guys. I enjoyed the night, mate. It's a wee light-heartedness, a wee bit of carry on, but still, the same problems remain, but they'll be solved eventually. Onward and upwards.
Southside.
Aye, it's going to be a long couple of weeks here, isn't it, coming up? But listen, hopefully the squad will get refreshed and we'll come back and get back in the winning ways. We're back to our home game, so look forward to that and just get this group of games out the road and hope we can get players going forward and we'll keep the results going. A lot to fight for. So Europe can still do well in there. We can still qualify and do well. We can still win a cup and we can still get points back in the two it's above us. So as always, keep your faith. One team, one crown, mate. And thanks for having us on with yourself and Albert.
Listen, can I thank Stevie for joining us? Port Bear, great to hear from Port Bear. Davey, Bob Jar and Smurf for taking the time to join us here in Rangers Radio. Thanks to Albert and Southside for doing the show. Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back a week on Thursday. as we build up to the next league match. Thanks for listening. Enjoy your time off. Take it away. Old School Blue.